I really do think that Todd Monken should just go ahead and declare Deshaun Watson the starting quarterback for OTAs and minicamp as soon as possible. They really need to get this offense working together as soon as possible to get ready for the season. They have a very, very young offense and a brand new scheme to learn. I think it would be really, really hard for a very young quarterback to come in here and try to manage all of that while also learning new terminology and a new scheme himself.
Let me ask you something. Did you find anything offensive about that clip? Were you emotionally traumatized by what Mary Kay Cabot said about the current quarterback situation in Cleveland? The only thing offensive about her analysis is the fact that in the year of our Lord 2026, the Browns' best option at quarterback is a washed up, past his prime, Deshaun Watson. And the reason Deshaun Watson is their best option is because their other choices are Dylan Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders, and some kid named Talon Green, who last I checked was working as the entry-level cashier at Ganja Green Dispensary. It is early May. Minicamp hasn't even started yet, much less training camp. Who in the hell knows what is going to happen over the next 3-4 months? Who knows who the starter is going to be in Cleveland week 1? If I had to guess, the only reason Mary Kay Cabot posted that clip is because she's got to post something. It's the off season. Local media in Cleveland, they're starved for content. All the Sanders family had to do was ignore it. No one would have seen this clip. Instead, they just had to respond. And it wasn't Daddy Dion, better known as Colonel Sanders. It wasn't the Colonel who issued a response. Instead, Mary Kay Cabot received this response from Private Shiloh. "How dare you criticize my brother, the anointed one? Why don't you go make me a sandwich?" Unlike some others in the media, Uncle Casey is not going to accuse Shilo Sanders of being a misogynist. This is not misogyny, it's immaturity. For starters, last I checked, Shilo Sanders is unemployed. This kid doesn't have a job. So what in the hell makes him think that he can tell a veteran NFL reporter who has been covering this league longer than Shilo Sanders has been alive? What makes him think he can tell a veteran reporter how to do her job? Uncle Casey, that's not true. Shilo Sanders has multiple jobs. He's a model, he's a musician, but mainly he is a content creator on social media. Yeah, all of my young ladies out there, let Uncle Casey give you some valuable wisdom. If a young man tells you that he is a musician or a social media influencer, what he really means is he's unemployed. Shilo Sanders might be trying to be a content creator. I'm sure he thought this would be an easy industry to get into, like 99% of others who think creating content is an easy way to make money. Shilo Sanders' career as a content creator must not be thriving because he's bankrupt. Unfortunately for Shedeur Sanders, this ridiculous comment, it was not the only attack from the Sanders army. Yesterday afternoon, Shilo Sanders decided to take advantage of the media attention he created when he told Mary Kay Cabot to make him a sandwich. And he released a video on social media where he is giving a passionate lecture on how to be a journalist. This 26-year-old kid who doesn't know a damn thing about a damn thing, except of course being bankrupt, he decides to lecture a veteran reporter and tell her how to do her job. You know, I feel bad for Shedeur Sanders because his family seems to be doing everything they can to destroy his NFL career. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Link to the second channel's in the description below. Today, or maybe tomorrow on the second channel, going to be talking about the massive ratings declines for the NFL draft. I'll explain why the NFL draft saw declining interest this year. But even with these declines, the audience for the NFL draft is still significantly larger than the audience for the NBA playoffs, and I just don't get it. So if you haven't already, click the link in the description below, subscribe to the second channel. Yesterday afternoon, Shilo Sanders, he addressed this report from Mary Kay Cabot where she explains why Deshaun Watson is likely to be the starter this season in Cleveland. Again, had Shilo Sanders kept his mouth shut, if Shilo Sanders chose to exercise his right to remain silent, no one would have seen this report. It has 92 likes on Instagram. It probably has 2,000 or 3,000 views. No one outside of Cleveland cares about the Browns quarterback situation in April or early May. Hell, no one outside of Cleveland cares about the Browns quarterback situation in October. As you're about to see, Shilo Sanders tried to set this up like he was being approached and asked for his unwanted opinion. He looks to be standing outside of a parking garage where he probably just finished applying for a job as a parking attendant. He pretends to be approached by some random dude. "Hey, Shilo, your brother, the anointed one, he is currently the backup on the Browns depth chart. Some lady is saying that's where he belongs. How do you feel about that? Talk to me, my brother." Shilo Sanders proceeds to give a lecture on how to properly cover and report on the NFL, even though he has never covered the league or played in it. Watch for yourself.
If you're going to be a reporter and report facts. Whenever you have your opinion, and your opinion is always something hateful to Shedeur, then it makes it seem like it's something weird, like it's an agenda that you have going on. With you is so much emotion that I don't want you to make women look bad when it comes to reporting, because you don't have the will to actually want to report real things that are going on. So it don't even make sense. In minicamp, they don't even have all the receivers. How you gonna say, oh, this is what I think is gonna happen? We don't care what you think is gonna happen. Let Shedeur go practice. He don't need to be going on Instagram and Twitter and stuff and always seeing you just badmouth him. That's what I got a problem with. When it comes to your opinion, you've been saying crazy things for the past, since he's been there. So it's like, just chill with that, because it don't make no sense, and it makes you look crazy like you don't know what you're talking about.
Look, I understand Shilo Sanders wanting to defend his brother. I understand Shilo Sanders getting exhausted with the constant criticism and not saying anything about it. But this is not the California Penal League. This isn't Colorado where Daddy Dion's in charge. This is the NFL, where teams will cut your ass with a quickness and for no reason. Both Peyton and Eli Manning, they were playing in the NFL while I was in high school and college and through most of my early adult years. The start of Eli Manning's career in New York, it was brutal. Hell, most of his career in New York City was brutal. You know how many times Peyton Manning lashed out at reporters? You know how many times Peyton Manning subtly criticized the coaching staff with the Giants? To my knowledge, none. And Peyton Manning, he had the juice. This dude was the face of the league. If Peyton Manning said something, no one would have done a damn thing about it. Yet for some reason, Peyton Manning chose to keep his mouth shut. Why? Because Peyton Manning knew it wasn't his place. Think about it. A couple of weeks ago, my daughter got her first job. Everything's going fine now. Job is still new. It's a new experience. She's making her own money for the first time. But if she were to start having problems at work, if for some reason the owner of the company starts reducing her shifts and giving them to someone else, my daughter comes home crying about it, asking me to intervene, you think I'm going up there to get involved? No, your family has no business getting involved in your professional business. You see, this reflects poorly on Shedeur Sanders, and he is the one that has to deal with the potential consequences. Whether it's true or not, it looks like Shedeur Sanders is complaining to his family. Looks like Shedeur Sanders isn't happy with his current role in Cleveland. To make matters worse, it creates distractions. And what's the number one thing that NFL coaches try to eliminate? Distractions. We haven't even gotten to minicamp yet, and Shedeur Sanders is already a distraction. There is a new head coach in Cleveland. Shedeur Sanders has a new boss. Todd Monken didn't draft him. He has no allegiance to Shedeur Sanders. As a new head coach, with an elite defense that is ready to win now, he is going to go with the quarterback that gives him the best chance to win. He's not making his decision based on what makes the Sanders army feel good. Daddy Dion, he's not doing his only begotten son any favors either. A couple of weeks ago, Deion Sanders unleashed a tirade about, well, I don't know what the hell he was talking about. Maybe you can figure it out. Watch it for yourself.
Things that have never been done, and that makes people uncomfortable. When you see a confident black man sitting up here talking his talk, walking his walk, coaching 75% African Americans in the locker room, that's kind of threatening. Oh, they don't like that. But guess what? We're going to consistently do what we do, because I'm here and ain't going nowhere.
We're doing things that have never been done. Like what? Losing? Last I checked, Colorado was losing plenty of games before Deion Sanders arrived, and they were paying a hell of a lot less money to lose. Last March, Colorado gave Deion Sanders a 5-year extension worth $54 million. According to my calculations, that's just over $10 million a year, or just over $3 million per win, since, Colorado only won 3 games last season. As an NFL quarterback, especially one that's not established in the league, not established in their career, the last thing you want is to constantly be in the news. You look at these successful quarterbacks in this league: Matt Stafford, Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. When do you ever hear about them? We used to hear about the Mahomes family. We used to be bombarded with those doofus foo-foo dancing videos from his brother Jackie Mahomes. But have you noticed we never see Jackie anymore? You ever wonder why? My guess is Patrick Mahomes told Jackie to shut the hell up, and Shedeur Sanders needs to do the same thing. This league is allergic to distractions. The margin of error is already thin. Shedeur Sanders is going into camp making a first impression on a new coaching staff. And so far, their first impression of Shedeur Sanders is he's a problem. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys later.